Y'all, we have more theories on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook that will make us question reality, rethink everything, keep us up at night, all the above at this point. If you have a video on here and you want it on here, please add to Discord. The link is in the description down below. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what you guys sent over. Now let's go ahead and get into today's reaction video. The first shout out of the day goes to Silver.
Just recently, Michael Jackson's son had a party. People are saying Michael Jackson was actually there in disguise. Bro, no, look at this, look at this, look at this. But it's so obvious. This shit is obvious. Look. I'm gonna show you the video. So you can see here. See, he has an umbrella, always wearing sunglasses, always covering his skin. Now his son and I think his manager, they had a big like yacht party. Okay. Now there's somebody on the boat that looks very suspicious. Oh, because it's the only person that's wearing full covered, and look at his face and look at the choice of attire. Michael Jackson, he was known for being allergic to the sun because of his skin. He's always wearing like long sleeves or stuff to cover himself. People are saying this is Michael Jackson after another plastic surgery to change his identity. And he's hiding and he's still chilling with his son in public.
I'm not gonna lie to you. At first I was like, okay, you guys are reaching. Then they brought up that skin condition issue. I'm like, because that is weird. You're on a yacht. I don't know if it was a yacht, but you're on a yacht with a whole suit on. Shout out to Lolly for this video.
Then I get a call from somebody. Hi, Jamie Foxx. Took me to Quincy Jones's house.
Rose McGowan has put Oprah on blast. Rose recently called out Oprah on Twitter over her past associations with some controversial men.
You'd think that the fact that Jamie Foxx is bedridden would prevent him from spilling the tea on the things that happen behind closed doors in Hollywood.
Nope.
Well, think again, because the rapper cum actor has been on a roll recently. It seems that while everyone has been thinking Quincy Jones to be the gatekeeper of gay rituals in the industry, Fox might have just brought another name into the mix. The name here is none other than Oprah. And not only is she above Jones in the ritual hierarchy, but it seems she might have actually set Fox up to be taken advantage of by Jones. Dark, isn't it? I hate to be that person, but spoiler alert, this is just the beginning of the story, so stay tuned. Generally, when Oprah's name is mentioned, everyone thinks icon. But the truth is actually that there's a lot about Oprah that most people do not know. I mean, yeah, her name has come up in one or two arguments about policies that should be enacted in the country, but there's a much deeper and darker side to the controversies surrounding the TV host. This is why Jamie's seeming revelation sent the entire social media into a frenzy about how she could possibly have been involved in pimping him out to Quincy Jones. And as unexpected as it may seem, there's actually a lot of substance to the claim. Jamie Foxx has been an entertainment mainstay for decades now, with an Oscar and a Grammy under his belt, as well as a best-selling memoir. But in a recent interview with Access Hollywood's Scott Evans, Foxx revealed that his career very nearly took a different turn, until Oprah Winfrey stepped in to give him some advice. In 2005, Foxx was riding high from the critical acclaim he garnered for his performance as Ray Charles in the musical biopic Ray, a role for which he would eventually win the Academy Award for Best Actor. But his celebrating had turned into non-stop partying. Winfrey took notice of this and called him up out of the blue. While the actor thought her involvement was because she wanted better for him, it turns out she had her own plans all along. She said, "You're blowing it," Foxx recalls, "because we were just out hanging, we weren't taking the moment seriously." She said, "I want to take you somewhere so you can understand the significance of what you're doing." Winfrey took Foxx to the home of record producer Quincy Jones, where an impromptu intervention had been set up.
I knew this was going to end at the dumbest. Okay. I wanted the rest, is what I'm trying to say. I know they was going to cut it off at the perfect part to make us get part 2. Hey to all my beautiful and incredible supporters out there. I'm beyond excited to unveil my brand new merchandise collection designed just for you. Don't miss out on this chance to own a piece of this limited edition collection. Head straight to shopperky.com and explore the full range of hoodies and tees waiting for you. Whether you're a longtime supporter or new to the family, there's something for everyone in this exclusive lineup. Shopperky.com, link is in the description down below. I love you and thank you for all your support. Shout out to Mino.
Have y'all seen this? A woman in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is walking along the beach when she captures what appears to be 2 lightning strikes, but indeed is something totally different.
I didn't hear about this.
So this is a video of me and my husband at the beach one morning. It was a storm coming in, and look at the first lightning strike. Boom, it looks like a tunnel, and the second one looks like a portal door or something.
I didn't see that one. I only seen the second one. Okay. Oh.
Cause what is that?
What is that?
Does this not look like a beam of some sort?
Right here, if y'all can't see it.
And this right here looked like Jesus himself is getting ready to walk through it. Does it not? And getting these still shots was not easy.
I bet.
When I moved the meter to try to capture the flash, the numbers didn't even move by the time it flashed and disappeared. That's how fast it happened. So literally it happened in light speed. Not to mention, where's the lightning itself? Because I didn't see any. I don't know, y'all. What do y'all think it is?
Shout out to DeAndre.
Every scientist I've ever reviewed all say the same thing. Feeds on sugar. Save. Share this message.
I heard somebody told me that sugar has one less ingredient than cocaine. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. Basically, the same ingredients that are used to make cocaine is used to make sugar. It just has one less ingredient. Let me pull that up because I want to make sure I'm throwing out information I'm not supposed to. Let me make sure that my stuff is adding up. All right, I had to look up the quote. I was going to pull it up, but it's not that deep. I'll just say it. But it says that processed white sugar is one molecule away from the biochemical structure of crack cocaine. Did y'all know that? In other words, I'm not surprised if sugar causes the C word.
We never learned about the history of education. I started questioning what I was doing as a teacher by reading the book Dumbing Us Down by John Taylor Gatto. I love that book so much that I decided to read other books by him, and one of the books that he wrote is An Underground History of American Education. I read through that whole book and became absolutely convinced that if people knew the history of American education, we would not be doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Here are some quotes from people who helped to set up our American education system. What is the purpose of industrial education? To fill the young of the species with knowledge and awaken their intelligence? Nothing could be further from the truth. The aim is simply to reduce as many individuals as possible to the same safe level, to breed and train a standardized citizenry, to put down dissent and originality. That is its aim in the United States, and that is its aim everywhere else.
Robots.
H.L. Mencken. If the public schools can keep the children occupied throughout the day with sports after school and homework in the evening, the parents will have less than an hour a day with their children, and the families and Christian churches' influence over them could be broken in about a generation. John Dewey. We who are engaged in the sacred cause of education are entitled to look upon all parents as having given hostages to our cause. Horace Mann. Education should aim at destroying free will so that after pupils are thus schooled, they will be incapable throughout the rest of their lives of thinking or acting otherwise than as their schoolmasters would have wished.
8 best juices for your body: brain, heart, lung, eyes, gut, skin, hair, bowel.
You see how there was like a remedy for everything that we kind of all go through? That's beautiful. Y'all can send videos like this. It doesn't have to be about the world getting exposed 25/8 and pizzas, and it could be simple things like this too. No, I appreciate those videos. I truly do, because we don't keep reacting to them. I'm just saying, like, you guys can send videos like this as well that can really help us out. Allow us to get to the root of a problem and not covering up a surface of it. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Let's get to the root of things and not take medications that's only going to cover a surface, and that causes us to have a subscription. Shout out to Icy.
How the universe actually works.
We don't need the music for copyright reasons, okay? This is like a rabbit hole. What the heck? Shout out to Rick.
Taylor Swift fans experiencing amnesia after shows. There are many fans who have been going to these Taylor Swift shows recently, saying that they've been having outer-body experiences, saying that they've been going in and out of reality during different parts of the show. Now, why could that be? Well, let's check out some of the show.
In her most recent concert, Taylor Swift is performing witchcraft. I know this is going to raise some controversy in the comments, but this just doesn't look right to me.
Highly upset with Taylor Swift. Highly upset.
Interesting enough, notice they all had on cloaks. Cloaks just like this one that Taylor has on. Now, when you Google witch cloak, this is what you find.
That's horrible.
Now tell me that doesn't look like what Taylor Swift had on. Now guys, am I saying Taylor Swift is a witch? I'm not going that far with the little bit of knowledge I have so far. But I will say this, more things are coming out and opening. More things are being revealed. So don't just turn a blind eye when something's right in your face. The fact that Taylor is starting to do these ritual-like shows where each one of these people have on a witch cloak, and then in a different part of the show, they're in a forest on fire, and we all know the stories of witches getting burned in forests, maybe just a little off. And people, I'm not one for coincidences. So keep your eyes open and your ears open. Don't ignore what the Lord may be revealing to you. Are there real witches out here? Yes, they are out here. And many times they are people you least expect.
Yeah.
May the truth continue to be exposed. May darkness continue to fall. The light's coming out, people. Don't turn your head when you see it.
It's shocking.
Went over my head if we didn't react to the video about what that is. So for those that don't know, that was the joke that we seen I'm doing this. The joke a couple videos back about how the celebrities talk about them looking young, right? Because I guess that's the best way I can say it. I was like, please focus. I don't know why my camera's been going in and out lately. Maybe because we dropping too much gems, it just can't handle it. So they use that term. Again, I wouldn't have noticed. I would have went over my head. I'd be like, I'm so confused. What is? I probably wouldn't even kept it in the video, but because we've seen that video previously, now I know what it is. So it's funny how a Pringles random number at the bottom, you type that into Alibaba. Now, I don't know who came up with that algorithm because that's Pringles are very random. Then for you to, out of all places, to look it up on Alibaba and then to have that linked, that number linked to that supplement. Oh, that's some, y'all was on it. Well, I'll tell you, hey, one thing about my people, the people I'm talking about, the ones that's aware of things, y'all look into stuff. Y'all look into stuff a little too deep. It kind of be scary sometimes. But the fact that all that linked to that. But at the end of the day, I do want to say, if you did not get it, it is literally about how the celebrities look young, basically by feeding off of the younger ones. So I gotta figure out who found that out. What are you doing? How did you find that algorithm to where this connects to this, connects to this, connects to this? They need you. Well, they don't need you for the CIA, but y'all get what I'm saying.
Who has heard the poem called The Snake?
Not me.
So I have it. Does anybody want to hear it again? You sure? Are you sure? So here it is, the snake. It's called the snake.
When I first realized the true magnitude of what the Pope's audience hall design reveals, I was shocked. Despite 10 years of research into the elite, occult, Illuminati, consciousness, and more, this stuck out as something I just had to write about. Have you heard of the Pope's audience hall, also known as the Pope the Sixth Audience Hall, or the Hall of the Pontifical Audiences? It lies partially in Vatican City and partially in Rome, Italy. Named after Pope Paul VI and built in 1971 by Italian architect Pier Luigi Nervi, it seats 6,300 and contains a bronze statue called La Resurrezione, designed by Perkyy Fazzini within. This all sounds pretty straightforward so far, but let's dive into what makes this building so strange. We'll start with the less weird and get progressively weirder as we go. The building was designed with reinforced concrete by well-known architect Pier Luigi Nervi. Nervi is known for simple yet practical designs that are strong and made to last. The simple curvature of the building might seem unassuming from the outside, but this is part one of what we will begin to explore about this building, and I promise you, by the time we get to the end, you will see what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Have a look at the image below and compare its shape to the image of a snake beside it. Note the overall shape: wide back, narrow, rounded front, eyes in the middle, nostril at the front, and curved top. As you can already see in the image above, there are two windows on either side of the building that resemble eyes. They are made of stained glass and sit about halfway through the building's length on either side. In the center of the eye shape, you begin to see a slit that could resemble a reptile eye. If you're not convinced yet, which is understandable, keep listening. Maybe looking at one window on its own isn't the most clear, so let's have a look at both of them together now. All of a sudden, we begin to see things taking shape here.
Oh my gosh.
Two reptilian eyes staring at you as you observe the stage. Have a look again at the image above. What do you notice down the center? There stands what looks to be a statue in the middle, and then on either side, two sharp, pointed fangs.
Yeah,
the
I noticed
building's
that.
roof and sides also resemble scales. Here are two more images to give you a sense of the scales. Now let's pull it together a bit more so we can really see what we're looking at. In the image below, really pay attention to the whole building and stage layout next to the image of a snake. The eyes, the shape, the scales, the fangs, the look and feel of the reptile, it's all there. In the middle of the stage sits a statue of Christ rising from an atomic apocalypse. It was designed by Perkyy Fazzini and put in place by 1977. Have a look at it below. Do you notice anything about Jesus' head? It's difficult to see from the front, but when you view the statue from the sides, where patrons would sit, it becomes strikingly clear from both sides that the head of Jesus is meant to look like that of a snake. The reality is, there's an obvious reason for this imagery. You may be asking what that reason is. Why was this building built in such a way that the Pope appears to be speaking from the mouth of a reptile?
Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
Wow. That sounds like... Never mind. Cause I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. That's deep. That video right there, even down to the buildings, is crazy. Who thinks of stuff like that? Yeah, let me go ahead and make this building like a snake. Because at first I was like, where is she going with this? Like, I'm just trying to, I'm listening because I'm trying to be obedient, but I'm like, where is she going? Did she pull out that snake? I said, she said it was gills. I mean, what the frick are them things called up top? Little snake, whatever, the snake skin looking vibe. I don't even know what they're called. They're not gills, that's fish. Then it was the eyes on the side, then the fangs. That is scary. Shout out to Invisible.
Did you guys know that every single president in U.S. history is related to one king?
What?
What are you talking about?
This is where it gets crazy. This man, Harold Brooks Baker, he did all this study on U.S. presidents and royal lineage. He had this theory that the presidents weren't voted in by the people, but they were actually selected based on royal bloodline. So 13 or so years ago, this 12-year-old girl, for her 7th grade project, with the help of her grandparents, went down the lineage of each president, and they all connected to one man.
Weird.
All their lineage traced back to King John from the House of Plantagenet.
How is that possible?
And there's a folklore around the House of Plantagenet that they were actually descendants from a demon.
Oh, what? That's horrible.
But that's where this dude's theory came in. He's like, it's not about who the people vote for. It's within the candidates that are running for president, who has the more direct bloodline to King John.
Why is this happening in London? This man managed to record a strange ritualistic march in London. Let me know your thoughts on this.
Excuse me, are these the Satan worshippers? These ones? No, he looks very satanic.
Does it? Okay. So it's a symbol, and obviously it's a striking visual image, but it's also symbolising the blood of the children that will be shed.
Blood of the children?
Of the climate crisis.
The blood of the children, that's what I thought, satanic.
You find is it's fairly powerful because they do it totally silent.
Find it powerful.
Just for you read into it.
What you will, yeah. I read Satanism. He kind of confirmed it when you said blood of the children. Was that a Freudian slip?
I got some watchers in London. Cause I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and try to vouch for what y'all doing out there. What is that? What is that? Or y'all dressed up in red doing what does that mean? And then I want to say shout out to captions, because I probably wouldn't have heard none of that if the captions weren't on the video.
Did you know that Russia has banned GMOs? Barbara O'Neill, who is a naturopath, explains this.
Did you know that Vladimir Putin, Russia's president, has passed a law that any Russian who grows or sells genetically modified foods is to be considered a terrorist? He's even giving land away to Russians who will grow food organically, non-GMO. You put his name and GMO in Google app and you'll read the spiel. He says, we Russians look across at the West, over-medicated, overfed, sitting in front of boxes every night in their lounge rooms, eating food that has no nutrients, he said, and we know it's weakening the West. Is he right? Absolutely.
He's absolutely right.
I want to show you the biggest planet in the universe, and be warned, because it's a little bit scary. Now, for context, Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system. You could fit about 1,300 Earths inside Jupiter. Now, this is the largest exoplanet we've ever found. It is huge, having the mass of 752 Jupiters and a radius of nearly 300,000 miles. The planet is so big that if you wanted to fly once around it in a plane, it would take you 5 months to complete your journey.
Shout out to Silver.
Straight up, if this don't change your mind about the ancient Egyptians, there's no hope for you. This large granite box carved by the Egyptians is on display at the Cairo Museum, which, by the way, granite is hard as harder than steel, and we typically use diamond-tipped electric buzzsaws to cut through it these days. So this box was abandoned by the Egyptians due to this mistake in the cut. Now wait, hold up. I want you to think about this for a sec. Modern explanations claim that the methods ancient Egyptians used to cut granite involved painfully slow and repetitive sawing techniques using copper tools. Don't you think they would have noticed a mistake like this way sooner if they were actually using those snail-pace techniques? Cut like this would have taken several hours, if not days of work, and there's no way they would have done it for that long without noticing this error. They were way smarter than that. Like seriously, the top Egyptologists claimed this is how they cut granite back then. A rate of 4 millimeters per hour, and they're still standing by it. Clearly, the people cutting this block would have booked this mistake much earlier in the process. And they'd have no reason to continue sawing the granite for hours or even days longer as soon as they saw this inaccuracy. Unless they were using some other unknown cutting technique, one that is far quicker than our history books suggest, and possibly far more advanced than even our diamond-tipped buzzsaws. Hey, yo, I gotta go. I've said too much.
Not him having the... Hey, I like that. That was funny. Shout out to Garbear.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it. People on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh, and stuff like that, make you happy and docile, so you don't know what's really going on. You get out there in the woods in a circle naked, and they decide these things. You know, look at him trying to, look at him trying to cover it up. It's hilarious, hilarious. Hold on a second. You know what they're trying to do? Ooh, this thing is buzzing. Hold on. They're trying to turn us into consumer drones or some sort. I just got to get this. Yeah, listen, I'm in the middle of blowing the lid off some. I think what I was really trying to say was I think people will enjoy Dumb and Dumber this weekend.
Shout out to Love Jones.
God does not tell us to get a job. He tells us go to work. I'm getting ready to help somebody here. Now, it's interesting that everything that is created understands that except saints. Cars work. Chairs work. Your watch works. Planes work. Money works. Computers work. TVs work. Dryers work. Lamps work. But you want to get a job. I want to suggest to you, and even at the
That's a word.
risk of sounding heretical, that jobs are from the devil. Oh my God, because jobs are designed to take you off of your purpose and away from your assignment. Jobs have in fact been constructed so you would lose sight of what it is that you were born and created to do. God gives you work to do. Satan gives you a job so that you will forget what it is you were designed to do. So there are some people in this room, you are frustrated because your job has taken the wind, the energy, and the strength away from you. And you've been thinking, God, I've been created to do something different from this. And God is saying, I've been waiting for you to wake up and shake it off and remember that there is a greater call on your life. I never said to you, punch in. I never said to you, sign in. I never said to you that you got to be answerable to somebody else. I said, work the works of him that sent me. But you're too tired from your job to do your ministry.
That last video was the one. They all were. I appreciate everyone that has sent in videos. That last one hit. That was deep. Sorry, I gotta let that marinate a little bit. That one did something to my spirit, y'all. Let me go ahead and end it before I start going in, because y'all know me, I'll talk about something that won't stop. Conspiracy theory TikToks that make us question reality, question everything, keep us up at night, whatever the title is for this video. At this point, it is what it is. I appreciate you guys for sending over videos. If you have any video that you would like to send over for us to react to, please add the Discord. Link is in the description down below. I have a conspiracy theory thread. Drop the gems in there, because as you can see, y'all waking me up to some stuff. And it's crazy how much information is out there and how school has not taught me any of this. It's like, what was I in school for? Because I feel like TikTok that taught me what school was never going to teach me. At this point, was I ever going to know if it wasn't for apps like this, which is why they're trying to take apps like this off, because there's too much knowledge and wisdom in these apps that is now coming out that they don't want you to know about, because it's going against the system that they have set up decades ago. Don't let that go over your head. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I thank you guys for everything. Seriously, for those that watch, you like, you comment, you subscribe, you dislike, you hate, whatever the case is, I appreciate it. I really do, from the bottom of my heart. Eternal honors to my Lord Yahuwah, my Adonai Yahushua HaMashiach. I'm just a vessel out there working in and through, so I give credit and honor where it is due. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. Wouldn't be moving if it wasn't for them. This wouldn't be a thing if it wasn't for them. So I gotta give eternal honors to my Lord and my Adonai. But y'all know me. Y'all have a blessed one. I'll see y'all in the next one. Shalom, shalom.
You can't bring me down. I know who I belong to. Yeah. What? I won't sell my soul. I know my